enters executive session on any other item, presiding officer will announce the applicable statutory authority. First item on the agenda is review and consideration of previous meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
Motion made by Commissioner Kendrick,
Second.
second by Commissioner Trevino. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. None? Okay. No public comment. Border Affairs monthly update.
We continue with messaging. We continue with putting out actual policy making decisions here. We submitted we keep the records of our progress, detailed in an itemized manner in the Google web link that we forwarded you. You're welcome to review those. They're updated up to this very morning. Those are available to you 24/7. You can look at those right now. You have a chance to. We continue to do our work.
Thank you. All right. Presentation by East Foundation and Texas Parks and Wildlife Department regarding the possible lease of WCND owned real property located within Block 1 of the Port Mansfield original town site. Trey?
Sir. Morning. Trey Dyer, Director of Land and Fixed Assets for East Foundation. Here kind of representing the foundation and joined by Parks and Wildlife game wardens over here that will introduce themselves after I'm done. I know it was at the last board meeting, Eric, when you brought forth the potential lease block 1, lot 16 through 23 of Port Mansfield. So just to give y'all an overview of kind of this whole project. So currently East Foundation has been in talks with Parks and Wildlife about helping them get a law enforcement center on the ground in Port Mansfield to house their assets. The reason that we are involved in this would be to help expedite the process. We've had some experience in other areas. We're currently building a facility at A&M Kingsville, which some of you might have seen on Facebook or the news, the Ocelot Rehabilitation or Center at A&M Kingsville. The way that project's working is an anonymous donor is funding that through East Foundation. We are actually leading the building and construction progress. And when we're done, we turn the gift over to Cesar Clayburgh Research Institute so that they actually get a building. They don't just getting funds for a building that then could take them longer to go through the channel. So similar here, where what we would like to do is help to expedite and the facilities for Parks and Wildlife. East Foundation is going to do that through some of our own money. Some of our peers have agreed to step forward and help to do this, and then to get this thing off the ground. What we've proposed, I have the leases from Allison. We've proposed 150 foot by 80 foot building there on the property to house their assets. And I know that their lease is expiring in August, where their stuff currently is. And our goal would be to at least have that building dried in where they could park their assets in the building, whether or not the finished out, classroom space for youth hunts or the bunkhouse for the wardens, things like that are done by August, probably not. But our goal is to get them in the building, which would be a, pretty quick turnaround, but I think it's doable. We've been working with the local contractor from Port Mansfield that we've used before on the ranches for other buildings. And so I have the leases. I went over the leases yesterday with our outside counsel in San Antonio, who actually works with Allison a lot on municipality issues down here in the Valley. So they all know each other well. Got a few things to go over with her. Very minor things in the lease agreement, but that's kind of the long and short of our involvement in it, like I said, East Foundation, all we're doing is help to kind of circumvent bureaucracy a little bit and expedite things for the guys that are keeping our wildlife and water safe. And I will let Roy come up and kind of give y'all an idea of what the building will be used for and what assets are going to be housed there.
Thank you.
Morning.
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 First of all, thanks for having us here. My name is Roy Martinez. I'm a game warden here with Parks and Wildlife. This is my partner, Officer Castaneda. This is also a game warden there in Wilson County, Port Mansfield. And also we have our captain here.
My name is Marcus Vela. I'm the acting captain for this area. Unfortunately, I apologize for my attire. I am on medical leave, but I'm here as a civilian, supporting my guys and this mission here. So
Hey, you're undercover, sir.
cannot confirm or deny any kind of cover.
did
Did it.
Well, I mean, just to say the least, I mean, we're really excited about this project, currently we have a total of 7 boats that will be put in that new barn, and total 14 in our district. We're gonna be getting a 42-foot metal craft that's gonna be also housed in there for special operations, and we'll get a little more into that. Also will be in there, we'll have a jet dock system that will be just along that seawall. So just for, be just really accessible. But we respond to search and rescues. I mean, you name it, all around there, going offshore, checking sport fishermen, water safety checks, not only in the harbor, but also in the bay and out into the Gulf. We work really well with Coast Guard, the local Port Mansfield Police Department with Chief Mays, Lieutenant De Leon, and their officers. So, we're really excited about it. I know we're going to have a classroom in that building that will provide us for trainings, any type of hunter education, any type of fish education when we have the hunts. So it's just a really good building. We'll have living quarters in there, showers, everything. So I'm trying to see what else we need to talk about here. As far as the NERDA.
So the NERDA patrols are for that 42-foot boat. All those patrols will be in the Gulf, and they are considered essential in regards to protection of the sea turtles. That's kind of the big thing. Monitoring commercial traffic, illegal commercial traffic coming from Mexico into the Gulf waters. So we'll have the sister vessels already in Cameron County. This vessel here will be out of Port Mansfield, and then the additional Murchison, which is in Corpus Christi. All 3 vessels will be patrolling at one time out of all 3 areas, with Coast Guard providing either airplane or drone capabilities, so we can spot illegal fishing equipment in the Gulf of Mexico, or whether we see illegal vessels coming or encroaching from Mexico. So a lot of those patrols will be done. It's mandated we do 2 a month. So you'll see that vessel there, and it could be the worst weather, and that vessel will go out. Those vessels will all be out patrolling for that equipment. It's that dock that he's mentioning, that floating dock, is that funding's coming from another entity in regards to getting it done. It's considered essential because of the fact the boat is so large. Getting it in and out of the water on a regular basis is going to be really tough. We have a truck that is a very large truck. You'll see those things hauling hay bales. For us, it's essential for that big boat, but we can't use it all the time. So that dock is very instrumental in regards to making sure that that 43-foot boat is secure. Like he was mentioning, the barn, we're extremely excited about the barn. I've been here 20 years. I've seen Port Mansfield grow. I remember getting here, and a lot of you are from the area. So Jack, and you guys have all seen Port grow from what was 20, a busy day for me in Port when I got there in 2005 was 40 boats. Now we have 250 vessels constantly on the water, which also means more pressure, the possibility of more incidents, whether it's a boat accident or whether it's a capsized vessel. The fact that the facility is on the water and we'll have access to the boats on the water really kind of help assist us getting out there as quickly as possible. He was mentioning, Chief Mays, we work really well with the PD out there. I think they can attest to that. Anytime they need assistance, in regards to getting somewhere that they're not sure how, because of the fact that we've got years and years of experience in running the Laguna. We're aware how to get to certain places, whether it's the airboat that also allows us to kind of get to areas where they can't get to. This barn will help facilitate a lot of that in our patrols and make it so we are responding quicker to emergency incidences on the water. On top of everything else, obviously hurricanes, flooding events, that barn will help allow us to have a centralized location where if we need to get out and either go to La Sara, go to Santa Rita, go to Santa Monica, because there's flooding issues there, we can have the airboats that we have in Kennedy County and in Cameron County meet up in one location and extend out of that as our headquarters to said locations where it's necessary. On top of that, we have a John boat that can also assist in incidences like that. So man, I know this has become a big issue in regards to the commercial aspects in port and things like that, but this is something for port. It's something for the community, and I think will benefit everybody across the board. I don't remember thinking this would ever happen. We've been in that barn since like when I got there, and for that it was still that barn. So not much has changed. Just the faces, I tell people. But the fact that the East Foundation was willing to come out and help us, and we have other entities that they're reaching out and helping, and Port is willing to come out and help and basically say, hey, we appreciate you guys and everything you guys are doing is tremendous. It's huge.
I have a question. Does the state of Texas require boater education?
So it's required for everybody born after 1983.
Okay. And y'all can do that there?
So for the most part, we don't do a lot of the boater classes, but we can set up the location and have instructors there to teach the course. For the most part, I know that a lot of the courses have taken place in Padre due to the fact they've had a large area to teach the class, whether it's at the convention center. They've got mass areas, and they can, if they've got to teach, because we're seeing more and more kids, and I say that because I'm old, but you're seeing more and more kids operating boats on a regular basis. And we ask that of if I come across a 20-something-year-old, I'm like, you do have boater ed, and for the most part, most of them are saying yes, we do. We advise most, hey, it's something that's required. You need to get it. You're probably gonna get a warning this time, but get it done. That I could see where we could possibly teach a class. I don't know if we can house what's being done in Padre, obviously because of sheer number, but it's something that
I think a lot of it would be just for local kids, Raymondville, LaSarah, Lyford,
that
Port also.
Something. I mean, currently in the barn we had never happening. We've done Hunter Ed, but we've done Hunter Ed usually. I've done it here at the Raymondville library, and I've done it at the fire department. I've done it on a ranch. I've done it on the El Saus. I don't know that I've done it in Lyford, but we've done it in different locations. Something else could assist along those lines.
I have a question. When you say barn, where's that located? In Port Mansfield, or is it somewhere else?
No, we have a barn in Port Mansfield, but
Boat barn.
yeah, it's a barn strictly just, so we have a small, living, I say living.
Very small.
Yeah, it's got 2 bunks. So two people could sleep in the bunks. It's got a stove, and it's got a shower and a toilet and one small office that our boat mechanic used on a regular basis. It's to say the least, it's very small.
One of the things, I'm sorry, guys, one of the things that we're really grateful with East Foundation and hopeful that this barn could provide for the community is, as we talked about, kid fishes and youth hunts, where we can bring in the local kids that will concentrate on the Raymondville, Williamson County youth, to bring them in, and we can teach them hunter's education, boater education, and they offered a classroom not only for training, for the officers, but classroom to teach, the community as well. That's one of the things that we're looking for. And as far as a bunkhouse or sleeping quarters, we regularly do enhanced patrols. So we'll be bringing outside officers from across the state to come assist, maybe on turtle patrol or help with a, shrimp, or if there's a natural disaster, God forbid, there's a place for us to house them without having to put them in, a commercial lodging, because they already have a bunkhouse with enough room. There's bathroom facilities and a small little kitchen where they can be self-sustained without having to go into the community where, let's say, there's no electricity or whatever. These guys on an emergency, they should be able to be sustained by themselves 3 to 4 days regularly on a steady state. But on a natural disaster, we generally push that to about 5 to 7 days. You guys should be able to be on your own. With a barn like this, and as sturdy as we're looking at building it, that would be a place to house them, not only, Parks and Wildlife, but let's say, DPS or Williston County or Coast Guard, they can all, house there. We can pull some boats out, everybody can put a place to sleep there. And that's pretty much the goal, is to have a central location for the local community, but also kind of bring these guys up to speed with the 21st century.
Something I was thinking about was like maybe bringing the kids from the local areas out for like a field trip.
Yep.
So you guys can explain to them what game wardens actually do as far as conservation and that kind of stuff, except just write people tickets for not having a life jacket. We know that's more than your job.
Well, we do that already,
So we behind the gate at the East Foundation.
Yeah, so
So
on
I
average,
stop.
behind the gates, we average, give or take, about 2,000 students
Yeah.
in that week. So we go across, so unfortunately, it's not just Willis County, but we got kids from Hidalgo, Cameron, and Brooks come to these behind the gates. And we explain basically what game wardens are, because a lot of them, they just know what they're being told by either
Right.
their granddad or their father. They're like, whoa, watch out.
I wrote me a ticket.
So we explain our main focus is, we're police officers like everybody else in the state, but our main focus is conservation. Making sure that resources are there down the line for the future for them.
Right.
And we explain that water safety, why it's extremely important, and why it's important, not just, hey, your dad's trying to make sure that, you're uncomfortable with the life jacket, because that's, most kids are gonna 100%, that's what they say. It's hot, it's cumbersome, I can't move. And we explain that their outcomes, you can't swim forever. All the kids raise up their hands when I ask them, how long do you think you can swim? Oh, I can swim forever. No, you can't. I tell them Olympic swimmers that train for hours upon hours, but they can't swim forever. So we do this behind the gates every year, and it's part of our, it's a big.
That's a great program.
Yeah. So we also do the career programs at Lyford, Raymondville, Lasada, Monte Alto, San Perlita, the small communities around. So we try to hit them all.
Oh, good.
So how many, on your sleeping quarters, how many bunk beds or
Sure.
people can sleep?
Technically, looking at the space that
Uh-huh.
it's there, we could probably bunk 8 to 10 people. And that's in bunks. And that's not counting, hey, we have cots. Because a lot of times when we report to a natural disaster, I can tell you firsthand, when we reported to Hurricane Ike, and they housed us at Santa Fe High School, we took our bunks, and there were 25 game wardens in a small, the ag shop. So there were bunks. So
Mhm.
we could fit probably 20 game wardens in that one little bunk house.
I like the idea that it'll be open to, and you mentioned youth hunt and
Yeah.
all of these
Yes.
career type of presentations that you do. So if a school wanted to use the facility, would they have access?
So they would have to call, just to make sure that, because I think the security, the security of things that are there, but we would have to be doing the presentation.
Right, the facility, this building is also gonna be housing an evidence room, which is gonna be a secure area.
Right.
So, you know, they would reach out, the school, for instance, would reach out, there would be limited access, you know, we're not gonna give them, you know,
Of
carte
course.
blanche the whole facility,
Of course.
but maybe just a training area and, you know, the boat
boats,
barns to
yeah,
where they can,
see
you know,
the
look at the boats and, you know, maybe get a little hands-on, but maybe the bunkhouse might be off limits for, you know, that time. Yeah.
Well, you'd have a warden with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
So usually when we do a program, there's 2-3 wardens for the program. That way, if one warden gets a little tired of talking, the other warden picks it up, or if we miss something, the other warden will bring it up, whether it be hunting related or fishing related.
And
There's
then,
so many times you can, you know, answer the question about the kid's dad catching all these fish.
Yeah, we get that one a lot. You
I
know,
didn't know this
what if we
fish.
shoot a bird, and it's a mockingbird, and that one comes up a lot.
that never happens.
It's just, yeah.
So, and I ask these questions because first of all, I like the whole idea. But I also want, school kids to have access and learn. I
Oh.
mean, I myself work with TPWD on the archery program.
Mhm.
So if I wanted to do a NAS training, could I use that facility, invite schools to do something?
In the classroom?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
we can run it
classroom.
through the chain
Yeah.
and make sure there's nothing pending as far as, let's say, enhanced patrol or.
Right,
Yeah.
of course,
There's
it's
too
all
many.
scheduling.
Yeah.
You would be
But
open to
yeah,
that.
would be-
Whether I'm also an ACA kayak instructor, so
Oh,
if I
yeah,
needed to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that,
Yeah,
could do that.
I could see we're using that office there, and then maybe using the airboat ramp where
Mhm.
maybe showing them how to launch safely and or launching out of the county park where there's safe,
Mhm.
just safely launching the kayak.
The county also has a facility.
The
Y'all have
county?
any other locations?
Yeah, at the south
So
part.
that-
corporate
that-
class,
the south part.
Never gets fused.
Yeah.
First off and one off.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There-
Really? So there's nothing, you have nothing.
There,
open there?
now this
This
would
would be the first.
This would be. You'd have people that, he can attest to more of this, but you'd have the eyes of the governor, the lieutenant governor, et cetera. There's nothing like this in the state.
Um,
Parks and Wildlife doesn't own buildings. We
Yeah.
generally will lease them out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, just to give you a quick rundown, if we were to purchase property and attempt to build something like this of this magnitude,
Mhm.
the cost alone for doing soil samples with our department would be well over $500,000. That's just to test the soil
Ground.
and make sure it's viable, that there's nothing in there that will, you know, any artifacts or anything like that. Then we're gonna do a survey on the wildlife surrounding it. Are there any protected animals within a certain radius? So if there's something, and that could knock out the whole project, and that would that alone would take, the soil sample would take about a year, and then it would just continue. By us partnering with the East Foundation, that clears up all of our red tape and we can get in there in a hurry. Our leases are 5-year leases, and then after that, they have to go out for bids every 5 years. The beauty of this is the lease on this one is, where else are you gonna find a partner that'll say, I'll rent you this 150-foot building on the water with this, jet dock for this amount? You're not gonna find it. So we're gonna be with,
This is one off. This is a one off. I mean,
right?
you could live another 50 years and maybe never come across anything like this along the coast.
I just caught what you said, sir. So the facilities that East Foundation is building, they're gonna be leased to you?
Yes,
And you're
we're
gonna pay
lease-
the East Foundation for the use of those buildings?
Yes, we're gonna lease through them. Yes, sir.
And how much is that gonna cost you?
We haven't got to that part yet.
I'll
Okay.
step in on that. So the idea on the leasing from the East Foundation, like I said, we're gonna put up money for the building
Building,
from
yeah.
East Foundation. We've got peers that we're talking to that are willing to help supplement the overall cost. I mean, phase one's gonna be $600,000 probably to get dried in and roughed in plumbing. When we gather up all the potential donors on this deal, including ourselves, if there's a little bit of a delta left over, right? Let's say there's $100,000 left to be paid. The idea is for the department to be able to lease the building from us to make us whole on the project. Or if we were to raise more money, then we would cut that lease off as soon as we're made whole on the deal. So let's say we raise 500 of the $600,000 immediately between ourselves and our friends. We go build the building. There's $100,000 left there. We talked to Austin. They sign a deal to lease the building back at whatever per month. It's in accordance with the budget money for leasing that they get every year in the annual budget. But once they've made up that money, we would just say, okay, you're free and clear now. I know there's been some talk of when we turn that building over to the state or it would go to the Parks and Wildlife Foundation, the donating branch of, for the department. At what point would they prefer us to turn it over? Because any future improvements, with the finish out, that's still kind of up in there on, would it then be kind of subject to some of these more strict and strenuous rules that the state would have, as opposed to a third party finishing the building out and then turning over a gift deed, I guess, maybe for the building, knowing that at the end of the 50-year lease, obviously anything on the improvements on the property, you have to go back to the navigation district if the lease isn't extended. But during that time, we could, transfer ownership of the building, Parks and Wildlife. And then
The way we have it set up right now with the leases is we have a 2-year lease with East Foundation. And at the end of that period, the lease turns over to Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Right.
And that 2-year lease is for you to do the construction.
Right.
That's my understanding.
yeah.
That's strictly what it's for.
Where exactly are we thinking about? I know lot this and that, but if you were to
Show you.
finger it on the map, what would that look like? Where would that be?
basin, isn't
That's right here.
Basically where we're doing the west sea.
West seawall.
That's where the west
Yeah.
sea wall is, and that's costing us a ton of money.
Yeah.
Are we gonna, I know the last time the Coast Guard, we bought back that property because we wanted to have access to the property. It cost us $500,000
Yeah.
to get that land back. And that seawall is gonna cost us about how much?
Well, it's not really costing us anything.
So we don't have
That's
a
not
share,
paying for
we
it.
don't have a share for that one? We were able to cover that?
Well, I'll bring that up in my comments because we've made some improvements on that.
Okay.
So,
But it really doesn't have anything to do with this.
yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with them, but
I understand. I'm looking at the property and I want to make sure, first of all, I love the idea. I don't want you to take it as I'm against it. I'm all for it. At the same time, I want to make sure that if we have a cost that's ongoing, and I don't know that we do, that's why we're having a discussion here, that we're able to recover those expenses. It is prime water land right there. And I agree, what better use than law enforcement? I get it. At the same time, I just want to be cautious and make sure that we're recovering some of, if any, of the expenses that we.
well, they're gonna pay a lease on it.
What?
Right
what-
now, we
you
recover
do
zero.
it A different area, or why did y'all choose that area? Is that like a
Waterfront.
certain, well, there's more water. Do we have other waterfront, or is that it?
That's it.
Oh, well, then that.
Well, that's gonna have a bulk, right?
It's and the bulkhead is
need
a
a
big
bulk
plus for
to-
them.
Yeah, 'cause we're getting that,
Right.
for our 42-foot.
Right.
We're gonna have a jet dock system that's gonna be
Yeah.
tied into that current seawall, which we can drive that 42-foot lift, and then from there access, and then to our,
Sure.
the new facility.
There'll probably be occasions that y'all's big boat will be in there too.
So the emergency, when we have those patrols that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That large boat will be coming in. So that's another, I know Mr. Kenny brought it up during your last meeting. But the fact that the law enforcement building will be there will assure that the Army Corps is a little more conscious because of the fact that there's gonna be a law enforcement. Aside from our big boat, Coast Guard there's a large possibility Coast Guard may eventually want a small footprint there, whether it's a small Coast Guard station.
Something.
Yes, because of the fact now, there's a facility right there with that
Oh,
bulkhead
it's,
space.
we
So
get it
there's-
and
there's a-
we like that idea. Anything that gives us leverage to get them to dredge
Yeah,
in.
that was.
That's gonna be a big leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, going back to what she was saying, or asking,
Mhm.
because of the fact that we have that large boat coming in,
Yeah.
we really need that one.
That's particular space.
Mhm.
Because we were looking, yeah, we had looked at the PD, because of the location there to the PD office. But they're also, the lots just next to it are just,
Yeah.
west of that got sold.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
eating up a ton of space. They're building, as a matter of fact, they're already starting to put the docks out towards,
And the other issue is housing all your other boats
Yeah.
too.
so
The
Yeah.
win-win.
yeah.
So in terms, what kind of lease fees would you be paying? What's on the?
At least,
Yeah,
we're gonna vote on that next
That's the next item. Right now, they're just
Yeah.
presenting. The next item is action.
presentation.
Yeah, this is just a presentation.
I wanna be clear that I really like the partnership. I've been involved with the other aspects of Parks and Wildlife. And I actually have a co-op grant that I take kids camping, fishing, hiking and all of that. And kids love it. And I've been fishing this place probably before a lot of people that live there didn't even know it existed. So anything that we can do, and I come from a family of law enforcement. So anything that we can show force and be there and and people do the right thing, then I'm all for that.
If-
We're very appreciative of the fact that you guys are giving us time to
If,
just present.
if you don't, are y'all looking at other areas or like the other areas in the state of Texas, or is this kind of yours?
We're on a time crunch right now as it is because our lease ends in August.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
either way, we have to be out of our current boat barn.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so that means that I have to start looking for places and have contracts ready to go roughly by May.
Okay.
So as far as finding another location, it's kind of slim right now.
Okay. And where's the lease that you have now that you're speaking of? Where is this lease?
Across
It's in Fort Mansfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
right
becoming
down the street
across
from
the-
our-
I thought it was like another, I thought you had somewhere else.
across from here.
Oh, no.
Right down the road.
It's like a storage
Okay,
unit.
okay, no, no. But I thought they had.
Not like a cow.
No, no, it's literally.
There.
No, I thought you had like a lease somewhere else, like in another area.
Boat storage
I
has
don't know why.
kind of outlived itself.
Okay, I get it.
It can't facilitate our equipment. Our
Mhm.
boats have gotten larger, taller. I know there's issue with old
Yeah.
and rust and
Show you where they're
Well,
at.
y'all lease that just like anybody would lease a.
Yes,
barn.
yeah.
And how long did you have, how long was that lease for?
Oh, so it's
every 5 years.
It's every 5
Every
years.
5 years
But
we've had.
we've been staying there because we don't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Um,
because I was making it sound like you couldn't get it released and
No, no, no.
to us, and we could just release it
We
to.
can, but
Okay,
this opportunity presented itself and.
Here's where they're at right now.
Yeah, I know where they're at.
Yeah.
well, I don't.
But
I
this is
avoid
where they're
large-
looking at.
Right.
I think it's great, I
I think
support it, I
ultimately,
mean.
with the new facility, with the new boat. we're
There,
getting,
that's what we're doing at the seawall, right?
Right.
But that
We
that
did
specific
this
location
one.
on the water,
This one-
it's just gonna
this one's the
be
big
quick
one. That's
access
the big
to
one.
respond. to
So
search
this
for
is the one
rescues.
that they.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
they're not gonna
everything
get
we're
all-
already doing, I mean, just
Talk about-
response time.
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
had a
if
survey
anything
the
goes
other day
down,
at 300
not only
feet,
Port
I don't
Mansfield,
think they're gonna
Wilson
need
County
that
or
much.
this.
Oh,
other
so it's just a
region,
section.
Yeah,
you can
it's
have
just a
15,
section.
20 game work,
Okay.
specialized teams, canine.
Yeah, 'cause
drone
this is all still good
rescue.
usable.
So that's the
property.
other
And that could be our housing,
Well, that-
hey, we're all gonna meet here.
So we have.
Start
It's probably gonna
we
wind
have
up
a
being
fixed
250
plane
feet
coming in.
because the bulkhead's two hundred
That's
and
brand,
thirty-two.
like brand new to our fleet, for Parks and Wildlife.
Yeah,
So they're
That
gonna
can
take.
assist in
the
either
boat,
yeah.
locating, people that have gone missing, stranded
Okay.
boaters. Whether it's illegal long lines, illegal equipment, illegal boats coming from Mexico, so we have a ton of equipment that Parks and Wildlife is invested out of Austin
That's
that will, because of the fact we have the airport now, a
Mhm.
possible helipad, we have drone operators that fix plane, it, the,
Okay, where are we?
I don't know.
in the end.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great. I would love to have.
Oh, that's Kevin Cobb's house.
To do.
It sounds like a
out of-
great.
out of,
Right.
out of that valley, out of
Right here.
Mansfield.
Mhm.
And having that location,
Yeah.
It would be,
all the water for our boats, right? And then the owners are willing to make this happen. And us being here all today. I mean,
is this where the boats?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
that's right in there.
So we're
So it
excited
would
about
be-
it.
This right here.
Yeah, this
Thank you.
y'all coming and giving us your overture.
doesn't go that way.
Fantastic opportunity.
It's dead ends right here. So it's that area right there. That's 232 feet.
Okay,
And then this is all still
Were
property.
there any other
over here.
questions
so we will keep.
Clarify?
Yeah, we'll keep
Oh,
that.
okay.
Guys, do y'all have any questions?
Anything-
Yeah, no, I got a visual of what area you're talking about. Okay. Well, thank you, gang.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Also, if you don't mind, I'm gonna leave my business cards here.
Sure.
I should be back on duty March 9th.
All right.
Thank you for the warning, sir.
I've got his, yeah. Thank you.
One reason I think you're used to that kind of comment.
I get it for my kids. all the
Goes with the territory, doesn't it?
All right, that's a good presentation. Next item, consideration action regarding following leases of the WCND owned real property located within Block 1 of Court Mansfield Original Town Site. The ground lease between WCND and the East Foundation, which is the one we discussed about 2 years. And then it would go to the WCND and Texas Parks and Wildlife. It would revert to them. The only thing that there's a couple of minor things in the lease that they're wanting to change, and it's just some verbiage. The other thing that's in there is the amount of property. We had it surveyed last week.
We surveyed it?
We had a surveyor come out, yeah, and do it.
Did we pay for that?
Huh?
Did we pay for it or they pay for it?
No, we paid for it.
How much did we?
I don't even know how much it was. It's $400 or $500.
Oh,
Wasn't very much.
okay.
We surveyed out 300 feet because we weren't real sure exactly what they were going to need, but looking at their drawings and stuff, I think we're going to reduce that down to probably like 250 foot, which will be,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, well, the bulkhead is 232 feet. So 250 makes sense. Then that would be lots 19 through 23. They're
This-
50-foot lots.
This lease agreement was drawn up by Allison? Is this our lease agreement?
Allison did that.
Oh, I know Allison's not here and I have some questions for her that I kind of wanted her to answer about the lease agreement.
So, what's the, I know I saw it here. What,
Something in there.
7,500 per year?
Yeah,
After year three,
Changed.
that needs to be.
that can be changed, yeah.
That's based on at $24 a foot, which is what we voted on, right?
Right.
That'd be 312 feet. So if we're gonna give them 250, it'd be 6,000.
Yeah, we have to change it a little bit.
Of course.
And-
It'll adjust that.
And Allison actually put a note in mine, said, the lease can be approved with the conditions that the area being leased can be updated. Otherwise, the lease can be approved as long as there aren't any material changes like adding another party or additional contractual obligations, which we're not doing that.
So I mean, this is prime property and we had discussions about this in a couple of previous meetings. Is the expectation that we are gonna give this land to them?
Yeah,
No, at least
well, we're gonna lease it.
$6,000 a year.
Okay,
Same as
we're-
anybody else.
But that's,
I understand, but if I go to the development, I buy the property and then I still pay lease fees.
Right.
Yeah, but in this one, we're not selling the property. We're
Donate that to Texas
selecting
Park and Wildlife.
250 feet,
Yeah.
Law enforcement.
250 feet. Okay. And we'll get these fees, and because they're tax exempt, we won't get taxes from them because they are tax exempt. So I guess one of the questions that I have is, they're taking the bulkhead, and I get why they need it, and that makes sense. But do we have any investment in the bulkhead I know we had a grant for it, but did we have any match for that?
No, we don't have any match for it.
All we're required to do on that grant, whether it's the east or the west side,
Mhm.
is we pay it up front and we get reimbursed 100% back.
Right.
Now, if this project goes over the estimated total cost of the project that TxDOT has
It's on us.
available for us, then we're on hook for 100% of that.
Exactly.
But that's $9 million. I don't think we're gonna.
We're not gonna go beyond that. So we're
Right
safe.
now, they're ahead of schedule and ahead of budget, so.
Even with the replacements that we had to have done, even with the,
I'm sorry.
we had to fix that area that was messed up, even with that we're not gonna go over with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, well, in fact, I'll get to that in my comments, but, well, I can go ahead and tell you. We're
Well,
talking about-
I think it's important to
Yeah,
kind of get the final.
what we've done is, they were gonna put in a crane pad on this west seawall. Well, we eliminated the crane pad. We don't need a crane pad there. We've had 200-ton cranes in there lifting boats out with no problem before. So the problem with the tiebacks, trying to get Reimer Construction to come back in and repair those, the engineering firm that's over the project right now was not happy with their process they were going to use. Plus, it was going to take this guy forever to mobilize. So by taking the crane pad out, we've already paid for the materials to put that in, which is 32-inch pipe. They're going to move that 32-inch pipe over to the east seawall and use those for the tiebacks. It's already in the bid to purchase the pipe, put them in the ground, concrete them, all that for the west side. So we're going to take all that money and move it to the east side, which is right now it's going to save us estimated about $400,000 on the west bulkhead. If you remember a while back, we got an estimate from TxDOT. It was going to cost us 1.9 million at the end of this project. There's a good chance it might not cost us hardly anything at the end of this project by doing this. And we will know those numbers hopefully by the end of the week. We're waiting on the.
But who made that decision to say, let's take away the crane pad and let's move it over here? How was that decision made?
I made it.
Without bringing it before the board, just to decide, that's a big decision to make.
Well-
We talked about it here at the board.
To remove, I don't remember, you talked about moving the crane pad?
Yeah.
I
Why
don't
would we
remember.
need a crane pad?
For
We didn't
future
ask for
You
it.
already have 2 crane pads at the other.
strategic plan that that we agreed to have set in place, wasn't this part of it to have
You
that?
can put it back in if you want to pay $1.9 million.
It still should have been brought before the board to discuss.
Well, I don't
think that
I
that's
don't agree
something-
with that.
I don't either. It's,
Right.
look, it's an overall.
It's one of those decisions that was made in a meeting,
No, it is because this is the future of,
not in our meeting, in the TxDOT meeting. And they mentioned that they were fixing to start driving those pylons for the crane pad. And my comment was, why are we putting a crane pad in there? We've had 200-ton cranes sitting in there before lifting boats out. We don't need a crane pad. And now that this is going to work out with Texas Parks and Wildlife, we really didn't need a crane pad. So in order to save us money, $1.9 million, I told them, we don't want a crane pad. Then they decided they would use that material to repair the tiebacks on the east seawall.
And potentially save us money.
And it's going to save us a lot of money.
It's a no-brainer.
So yeah, I made the decision to do it.
Eric, I see your point. I see why you took that decision, but I think one of the things that we want to make sure, Eric, is that any and all decisions about any change orders comes through the board.
I understand that.
And I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's going to save us money. It's as Steve says, it's a no-brainer in that. But this is a governing entity, and I think not to hate more bureaucracy because I hate it, but I just don't want you to feel that you can make those decisions without putting things on the agenda. It doesn't work that way, Eric.
Okay, so what we'd had to do.
so is that
Had to
final
have our
decision
discussion,
final already?
Then we'd have had to,
Yeah,
then we'd have had to have a special meeting, if not wait until the
That's not-
following month. But listen, time is money, okay? And
especially with text dot.
that's right. So if we're gonna postpone making these decisions for another 30 days, you know what? We're paying interest, guys.
I get it. I understand that. And you know, when you look at it, the decision is not what I'm.
It's the policies and
It's the
procedures.
policies and procedures, guys, and that's where and that's what I am looking at, Steve, Eric, is that I don't want you to feel that you can make these decisions just like that, especially when it involves money. Put us in there. If we have to have a special meeting, and if it take, we, you know, we just need to make sure that those things are in place. Is it the right decision? I think so. It got us out of a bind in financial and it's get us in there. Again, I'm not arguing that. It is that policies and procedures. 'Cause-
Got it. I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Call for a vote.
On the lease,
Fact,
I wanted to say I'm not ready to, I personally am not ready to vote on this. I need to ask more questions. I want to look at the lease. I want to talk to Allison. I feel like there's some questions that I need, and I feel like 50 years is a long time to tie up that prime property. I just want, I need some more time before I do a vote. I'm just gonna-
Make a motion that we accept the leases as written with the ability to massage the property itself as far as the length, how much footage in the property. Otherwise, the leases, I've read through both of them pretty extensively. I don't see anything that is out of the normal at all.
well, these have been reviewed by their legal department also. All right, motion has been made by Commissioner Kendrick.
And this was just sent to us yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just-
Well,
yes,
they've been, well, you gotta understand, Allison's husband's been in the
I
hospital.
understand.
So she's been working, doing this from a hospital room. So,
I mean, I support the mission. I'm just not ready to make my decision today.
But here's the thing, if we, like the gentleman said,
No, I get it. They have till May. I
I know
understand.
you get it. They have till May, they have to be out, so they've got to
But-
have a
but
place to
it's our-
go.
It's our lease. I mean, we could just
So
give
it's
them an
gonna be
extension.
another 30 days and then we don't know then. I mean,
We have a meeting next week.
we have
On
a
Wednesday?
special meeting, yeah.
Do we put this again on the agenda with that?
I mean, I honestly, I would like to go back to our strategic plan, look at what we already have in place,
we
and
still have, we still have the east side that is
I
4 times bigger than this side.
I know, but this is something that I'm thinking about the future. I know this is a great, I'm not against this. I'm not.
Okay,
That's
then
why,
let's do
but,
it.
hey, but I do want to think about it before, this was just given to us yesterday. I feel like it's rushed. I don't like to make decisions that way, and this is a big decision.
Call for a vote.
This is a
The
big.
motion's on the table.
Is there a second?
I'm gonna,
Wow.
Can't believe it, guys. Go ahead.
All right, no second.
hold on.
We still
cut
don't
it
have
off.
a port
Cut
director.
it off yet.
Wait, no, we still don't have a port director. I would like the port director to be in place and us.
You're talking about another 2 months?
Yeah, we may
That's
not.
fine. I mean,
No, it's not fine.
Fine.
why isn't it
It's gonna
fine?
go away.
They don't have anywhere else to go. I'm just saying, we need to think about this. I'm not saying no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we really have to think about it. And this is just there's some verbiage in here that I don't like, that I want to ask Allison that I
Which
need
one
to
is it
ask
you
her.
don't like?
It doesn't matter. I want to-
I can get her on the phone.
No, I'm not gonna make that decision today. I'm sorry. That's right.
That's fine. You can
That's-
always vote no, that's fine. I
Hey,
have a motion that there's.
There's a motion on the table. We need a second.
I really like the partnership. I get it. I wish I would have more time to have a conversation with Allison. Now, before I second, let me ask this. There's mention of some changes that were gonna be made to the contract. And
Yeah.
I heard that they were minor, but what were those changes?
I don't know.
And
I think it was in the language, but, the only change that we're proposing that's gonna be made is the distance.
the footage.
Size of the property.
But they mentioned that they're gonna.
Well, let me
the
read
legal
Let me read
department-
Allison's statement again. These leases can be approved with the conditions that they are being leased, the lease being updated. Otherwise, the lease can be approved as long as there aren't any material changes like adding another party, which would be another partner in the lease, or additional contractual obligations, which there's none.
50 years is a long time. I can't reduce and just kind of, I don't know.
My lease and my property is 50.
You're
They're all,
This
Yeah,
is
and it's
pitiful.
automatically renewable,
The
so.
one on the marina is 50 years, that's commercial. All leases are 50 years, it doesn't matter if it's commercial or residential.
yeah, they're all 50. They used to be 25.
But if we're bringing in commercial, what we're gonna give them 50 years? If somebody, let's say we have a shipping company or something, whatever's coming in, we're not gonna give them 50 years, are we?
Were you gonna tear their building down?
No, we're gonna work out something where we renew it and look at what they're doing and where they're at.
Away from them?
What if something happens in the future?
I don't understand where you're going with this.
I'm just thinking of the future. I really am. I'm thinking of,
That's fine.
This
You
is gonna
you have
tie
a
us up.
vote,
I know,
you second it.
well, this is my opinion.
Again, I just, before I second, I
There's
just,
no out, there's no, and this.
Either
this-
second it or not, let's vote. and
There's
move
no
on.
out for us. There's nothing if something happens.
let's,
We're tied into it.
let's be calm about this, guys. All right, I'm getting there.
I say, let's look at it, get some more time.
Let's
Have a
see what
special
you
meeting.
say.
I'll
Get
tell
off
you
the
what, if, I always ask Allison. I'm not an attorney,
Mhm.
nor anybody else here is an
They
attorney,
get her on the phone.
you know?
We're gonna ask
Cause I always ask her, have you read this? Is it good for us?
Gonna get her own
She
phone.
worked with it. My understanding is she worked with their legal department to draft this. That was my understanding, right, Steve?
Both.
Yeah, yeah, they worked on
entities have reviewed the lease, yes.
They worked on it.
Allison wrote the lease and forwarded it to their attorneys. And then they had conversations regarding some of the where to, for, as, here,
See,
extent,
Yeah, yeah.
verbiage that
So-
lawyers use.
So
okay?
why does Texas Parks and Wildlife think that they're gonna pay the lease fees to the East Foundation? I know he explained it. I understand that, but they still have that, they were under the understanding they weren't paying us, they were paying them.
It's right here, it's $1 per year the first 2 years.
Gives them time to build whatever they're gonna build.
We're not making any
Then
money
after
off
that,
that.
they give that property to TPNW. TPNW then pays us the going rate per linear foot on the harbor. The same that we would do if we rented that to a barge consortium, right? To bring in barges, they would pay us the same thing, $24 a foot.
Yeah, but we're gonna be getting extra money off of that. We're making extra off of it. We're not making
what
any
are we
extra off
making?
of that. Whatever a barge comes in, whatever tariff, whatever we're charging extra.
That's what you got the other facility
Yeah.
for, big concrete slab.
A big one up there.
Allison.
We just finished taking off our lever with the pad, the crane, what is it called?
I got you on speaker.
The crane pad. I just feel like this is too soon.
Then sorry about that.
I have some questions.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Allison, with the contract, there is no type of outage, like if we need to get out of this contract, we're just stuck with it for the 50 years? Like, there's no provision saying if we need land or if something happens, like we need something there's nothing, I feel, that's protecting the actual navigation district of, even though I think this is a great idea, I really do, I'm supporting it. I'm just concerned with that there's no way of getting out if we needed to.
Okay, let me pull it up.
Allison's been sick also, so.
This is negotiable. Why can't we start?
Yeah, well, that's normal. When you sign a lease, they don't pay a lease fee for the first 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that until the other day when I asked Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, I didn't
normal.
know that either.
We're gonna make $2 off of that.
There's too much.
I did not.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Let me pull this up.
And that's for commercial only?
No, residential too.
Residential also?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I didn't know that.
That's because they give a big loan.
Huh?
When they first take it. they
When they
pay a
first
big
get their
loan.
lease.
2 years.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I'm here. I'm in the hospital with my husband. Let me see here.
So,
Sorry, Allison, I would have liked to had another meeting, and you could have a separate meeting for this, but
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just sorry I'm not. Okay, let me do this. I gotta get on my hotspot and pull it up. So can you just give me a second?
Sure.
I'll put it on mute for the moment so I can like get both hands and get this looked at. Give me just a second, okay?
No,
This is
yeah, that right there,
250.
250 feet. So this road does not do this.
It does.
Yeah.
And this distance from here to here is
232 feet.
232 feet.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes all the way through.
And then we still have
And
all
it
this
goes,
property
and it
over here.
goes this way,
Right.
this right there.
Yes,
And
sir.
we still have all.
We
this
still
property.
have all that over there.
Okay, all right. For some reason, I thought it was
No, I wasn't gonna do that.
because didn't it say 3 point some acres?
Yeah, but that's not correct. That's
Oh.
been taken out of the revised list. And that's what we were
So we
saying.
don't
We
have the
weren't
current one.
going to put the actual footage in there until we knew exactly what they needed.
So
And
it's not
like I said, we had it surveyed at 300 feet, but they're not gonna need 300.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna reduce that down probably to 250 because it makes sense for the seawall. being
that's all they need.
232. Yeah, that's all they need.
Yeah, so it's not 3 point some acres.
No, sir.
Okay, all right, that's.
That would have been that whole area.
And I
Yeah,
did not want to
that's
do
not
that.
it. Yeah.
So it's not the whole area.
No, you still got more room than what we're giving up.
Okay, all right.
There's actually, I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's actually like another 12 or 13 lots there.
Okay,
And they're all 50 foot.
so it's not 350, it's 250. And it's
And that's
19
why Allison put in there that we could approve the lease without those numbers actually being in there.
19 to 23, not 16 to 23. Okay. That's doable. Yeah, see, this one's the one that caught my attention.
Yeah, that's not correct. That's not correct. And I mentioned that to Allison also, but she said that's why we can change it.
Okay.
'Cause at that time, we hadn't had it surveyed either.
Okay. And I know we've gone through this and don't have any financial burden on that seawall that's being built.
Not as now, no.
Lefty, how you feel?
If Allison reviewed it and wrote it up, that's my question, guys.
Yes.
No, I'm not a legal.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So we go to section 8, default opportunity to cure. There, and I assume we're on the Parks and Wildlife lease.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we go to tenant default, and it should be in default, fails to pay rent or material fails to perform any obligation, it does not cure. Landlord shall be a default, but same thing. Remedies, we can pursue either party, the non-defaulting party can pursue any remedy available at law or at equity, including recovery of damages, specific performance, injunctive relief. Now that paragraph, that encompasses any remedy that available at law. So that would also encompass termination rights under section 93 of the Texas Property Code. And those, let me pull those up so I can read them to you. Let's see. It does provide for lockout. Provides for abandonment. This is 93002, interruption of utilities, removal of property, and exclusion of commercial tenant. Go through here. Unlawful uses. Provides that a tenant's right of possession terminates. Landlord has a right to recover possession of the leased premises if it's being used for something illegal. And then this is also going to go to 91. So, hold on.
I forgot I had this. That's a better view of it.
What's that?
Let's talk to Albert. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It would be this right here,
Yeah, but it's actually going to be more right there.
about right there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
we
Okay,
can
so
see
there are
the
provisions for
road.
termination.
So it's about right here.
Just want to make sure we're protected and
Not this.
we're able to.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Okay, either recover possession or terminate the lease. So there are termination provisions in state law, and so mainly what we're looking at is Property Code Section 93, and it's kind of long, so that's why I didn't repeat it. I can refer to it.
I second that motion.
Oh,
Good.
never mind.
Hello?
Never mind, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Second by Commissioner Trevino. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Allison. Get
Yeah,
well.
we're good. Yeah.
Yeah. We just
Okay.
voted on it.
Sure.
With
How many is that?
Well,
with changes.
Thanks, everybody.
that's okay. You get well. We'll get with you on the changes
You and your husband.
as far as property and all that, and we'll do that next week when you get well.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And wait, I do want to make a comment before we close this out, because I already know people are gonna want to change this around and make it seem like I'm against it. I'm not.
No,
I support
I
it.
understand.
I almost was inclined to say, let's wait to another meeting, but it is a small piece of property. I was really concerned about the 3 acres.
Yeah.
was
Well, I
presented.
can
I
understand
was
that.
concerned about those things, but after seeing the map and seeing everything, I feel better. Again, that's why we have these meetings and we discuss and we get
Yep.
facts. I'm good. Yeah.
All right. Review and consideration of bids for small craft basin repairs and airport fence. We have a couple of bids. They're in your folder if you want to look at them. Pretty straightforward.
What are we talking about? Money wise.
The 2 bids that are reasonable for the boat repairs, one's 42 and one's 47. And there's pictures in there of what we're talking about. I think we had the pictures at previous meeting, but I don't remember which one. But you can see the ridge caps are coming loose. The valleys are all leaking. There's actually a couple of them that's got sheet metal hanging off the sides of them. You can see all the rust holes where they're going to replace, I think, Frank's not here. I think 3 foot up on all the valleys and the ridge caps.
Now, I know Commissioner Lefty and I walked through there one time and the electrical units were really messed up.
And they're still really messed up.
Well, and this is the
There's
point.
been some of them fixed.
Well, and that's where I want to go
Yeah.
is,
There's only
That's-
16 that are fixed.
Yeah,
How
it's a mess. And that's going to be the next thing we need to concentrate on is getting that stuff
and
fixed.
I I just want to make sure that we don't get hit with a lawsuit because we didn't
Agree.
fix that and somebody got electrocuted.
Yeah.
And I know we had asked for those things to get fixed.
Exactly.
My understanding is that when I brought that up, you were not on the board yet, that we had ordered, and we were gonna
Meters.
go in increments.
Yeah.
I think,
And I would go every week.
yeah, I think part of the problem was a lot of this was during COVID.
Yep.
Is they couldn't get materials.
COVID's way
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. So now we need to get on with it. And we've approved doing that, or the board approved it
Yeah.
in the past for doing that, so.
So on the quotes for the prices, the 42 versus the
42 and 47.
47.
The first one is 167.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was-
then I said, oh, okay, then I saw the other one.
No. That,
He doesn't wasn't interested in doing it.
No?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
And we're not
Is there
interested.
anybody you prefer from one over the other? You what's the thing that these people personally with?
Well, I know all three of them. One
Okay.
is real obvious that, just can't do that one.
Right.
But,
The other two,
as long as they, do what
the only thing that concerned me on the one bid was they wanted $8,000 up front to start. You know,
Is it, do we have to,
Who
I'm
wanted
just- I'm
8,000?
this bid. here.
40,
Yeah.
the other ones.
unaware how this works, but do they have to have insurance or are we providing that?
No, they'll have to have insurance. Yeah.
Okay, because I think this one. Okay,
And I know, what was the other one? IVR. They're doing work in Port right now over at Harbor Bay. They're remodeling the whole backside of Harbor Bay, doing a really nice job too.
which one?
IVR.
that one.
The 42.7.
Mhm.
I thought it was 4R. I just thought Roman.
Well, it might be 4R. I'm just going with IV. It probably is. Probably right. It probably is 4R. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
From Harlingen, that one's also 47. They're also quoting the same price?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if y'all want, you
I
can.
move that we
Right.
get either IV or 4R Construction LLC to do the repairs as quoted for 42,700.
That's it.
Right, motion made by Commissioner Trevino, second by Commissioner Cavazos, all in favor.
Before we go, are these guys, do they have to be bonded?
You have to be
They are
insured.
bonded.
Yeah.
Okay. My question.
I would think they'd want to be crawling up there on that metal roof.
We making sure that they're? Or we don't have to do that?
Do what?
I said, are we making sure that they're bonded? How do we know?
we will.
Documentation.
Insurance information.
Documentation. Prior to them starting the job.
Yeah. And then the next one is the fence repairs.
Is that both Gary?
Yeah, both,
Yes.
yeah. At the airport. Steve and I went out there and looked at it the other day, and Frank's been out there several times. The main part of the fences is would that be north?
North south.
Yeah, north and south. There's no fence there, basically. So every morning when you go over there, there's 20 nail guy on the runway. So
And the fence is, it's gonna be a high fence and it's gonna,
it's high fence.
Gonna be replacing what's currently there.
Yeah.
Nail guy proof, because those things can run through just about anything.
Yeah. You're not gonna proof them, but at least you can slow them down.
Or deter them.
only two, no?
Okay.
But the thing is this,
Did we not have a third person or they just did not,
Couldn't get anybody else to come out.
nobody?
Yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah, one bid for,
who called? Who's the one that got contacted people? Like, how does that process? Who's doing that?
you got a bid for 42.5 and one for 14.8. And if you read the proposal, the difference is the 42.5, they were gonna replace all the corner braces, new, galvanized T-post and 99% of that stuff is there is reusable. You agree with that, Frank? So it's mainly stretching new wire, and there will be I think one corner post that they're gonna have to do some work on. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And maybe it'll help keep the deer and the nail guy off the runway. Or
They're
somebody,
putting new posts?
huh?
Are they gonna put new posts?
No, we don't need to.
Okay.
I move that we select, for our construction.
IBR.
I mean,
All right, motion made by Commissioner Kendrick, made by Commissioner Cavazos, all in favor. Off motion carried. Discussion on delinquent taxes on various Port Mansfield properties. Commissioner Kendrick.
Yeah. So, in the past several years, we've been told that our delinquent taxes are around, look on the balance sheet, you know, where to look. $49,000. So I go over to the tax office, which told in the past they wouldn't cooperate with it. Asked for a printout, 732 pages. Delinquent taxes for the navigation district. But here's the thing, remember this, you don't go pay your taxes and tell them, I just want to pay the navigation district. You got to pay county
Everything.
taxes, road and bridge tax,
Hospital.
tax, PUD tax, everything, right? Our portion was $294,000. That's delinquent. That's our portion, not PUD, not Williston County, not just navigation district.
You can imagine what the overall number would be, probably in the millions.
So Lineberger is supposed to be the people we utilize for this particular apparatus here. And so we need to have a sit down with Lineberger.
So who hired Lineberger?
Oh, that's what the county
I've got it right here.
The county hires
uses
them?
them, yeah.
No, we don't.
No.
Don't have, county runs our taxes.
Right. So they
we don't
hired
have- we don't
Lineberger.
have a say in it.
Allison put in my notes here, she had mentioned that we get Lineberger, which is a law firm responsible for collecting and enforcing foreclosure delinquent taxes, and to come present to the WCND in March.
I totally
I
agree.
agree with that.
We'll have them come talk to us, if that's fine with y'all.
Here's the other thing. Now that y'all are aware of this. This is navigation. PUD is also obviously same people. You know, so ask Allison specifically if we have any options to force payment. And she said, absolutely.
Yes.
It's in their lease that they have to pay ad valorem tax.
Mhm.
So my recommendation would be send a letter. This is it right here.
Each one of them.
There's not a lot in port, yeah.
But you have to own property or have a lease in Port Mansfield. Okay, we can't add somebody in
Right, right,
Sarah,
right.
right? But these people have a physical lease.
Because of the lease that we have with them.
So we should be able to send them a letter and say, you got 30 days to pay your taxes or we're gonna take your property back. Your lease is gonna be.
It's on our lease, right?
It's
on
in the lease.
Which is the same thing the county would do.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
or any taxing entity.
Yeah.
County won't do it.
And
And you know why?
Years worth or?
They let Lineberger do it.
Well, that's, yeah,
Let me tell you what Lineberger's got on their schedule.
yeah, they,
This is their schedule of foreclosures. They're gonna auction off on the courthouse step on March. Something or other. Anyway, I think there's 7 pieces of property in the entire county.
takes a long time to get there.
Yeah, it does. It takes a long time.
It does, but there's ways to accelerate that.
Yeah,
Just like this right here. If it's in their lease, you don't have to go by what Lineberger says. Got me?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we,
They're on,
to do our due diligence, to collect the tax money that's owed to us, we need to go after it.
I that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that, again, there's systems in place within our organization, and I'm thinking the business office to be on top of this stuff. Because that's accounting. I don't know, Virginia, whoever is, to work closely with the director to make sure that it doesn't have to take one of us to go in and find out that that this is going on.
And this is just a year?
Yeah.
Within a year, how?
Oh, this is
How long
year
ago?
to
That's
date.
continuous.
That's year to date.
Really?
Year to date.
Oh, there's
And they've
people
never-
on here that are 15 years behind.
Wow.
And this had been mentioned before when Ron was still here and nothing got done about it.
He said that they wouldn't.
They wouldn't
provide him
release
with
it.
a list.
Yeah.
I just walked up there and said, could I get a list for that? Sure, just wait a minute, I'll print it out.
This is what they gave you this?
It's back to back, front to back. 739 pages. So anyway,
So
Alright,
let's,
so we'll have them come do a
have
presentation.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Make a note of that, put it on the agenda for next month.
Well, there's a lot of variables for this.
Yeah.
The reason that I say that is because I've been involved in situations like that. Disabilities, all this, and then you can go to district court, and then you got to do this,
Yeah.
and then you got to do
It's a
this.
long process.
That's a long process.
Yeah.
But if,
because
but
there's
if
nothing
we,
in their lease.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm bringing up. That's where I'm coming.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, is it in our lease?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Then that's
That's
a lot of
Number
things
seven?
that we don't have
The
to
yellow
follow.
page?
Right.
We could do a lot of community
Oh.
improvements with $294,000.
You're good.
Okay. Steve, thank you for doing that.
It's in the lease right here.
Yes, number 7.
Item number 7.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
it's there,
so-
it's there.
Anyway, we'll have them come explain to us what our options are.
Well, our option is to send them. We're gonna,
Yeah.
I think we agree.
And notice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they can tell us why it takes them so long to
It's a
take any kind of
process.
action.
Well,
It's a
it's
process.
taken that long because it hasn't been addressed.
Yeah.
We've been informed, well, that's true.
Missing-
We've been
been
informed
missing.
that they don't even look at it unless you're 6 years or farther out.
Oh, really?
Well, I want them to look at it
Now.
at 12 months and far, you know?
And that would behoove them that they won't have any interest added into it.
That's what they're going.
Yeah.
The interest.
I don't care about the interest. I want to know.
No, pay it,
Yeah.
you know?
All right.
So who will contact Linebarger and make sure
We'll get Lady of Virginia to contact them.
Allison knows those people.
Yeah.
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 They're actually one of the largest tax recovery entities in the whole United States.
Really.
They are huge.
Obviously, they got a big backlog if it takes them 6 years to look at that.
We don't
Yeah.
have 6 years. Okay,
Any other questions?
no.
All right. Next item, Chairman's report. As far as update on the seawall, there's really no update, other than they will be here the first or second week of March to continue on. And we have iterated to them that we need to get that west seawall completed. And Aaron, the project manager, has assured me that they will get right on it and get it done. So, the dredging project, it's ongoing. The dredges are here. They're coming in and out of the harbor with their work boats. So far, I don't think it's been an issue with anybody other than, the lights, and we're gonna talk to them a little bit about that, so. But, and then an update on the deer harvest. We had a total of 50 hunters, and they harvested a total of 60 deer
Only?
only.
They, that's-
Several groups.
they missed? Wow.
Yeah, and there was actually some kids that didn't get a deer.
And all the deer are in town. They're hunting outside of the area, but all the deer are in town, so you could see how they didn't get to a whole bunch of them.
Mm.
Think
They
the
had
good news is that it's ticking. I only found one.
one.
Really?
Really?
Well, that's good.
Let's see. I could tell you what kind of ticks they were, but you have to
Blood
read,
sucking?
you have to read it for yourself. Micro plus cattle fever tick, there was one. And then amblyoma, non-fever ticks. None were found or collected. No, two, I'm sorry, two found and collected. So that's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
We'll have to assume that Parks and Wildlife recommendation to manage the nilgai herd has had an impact on it.
And that's what they're stating in here, that it had an impact. Y'all have any questions on that?
Oh.
All right. Move on to the next item. Consideration and action regarding the rescinding of authorization to sell certain WCND owned real property encompassing the Honey Hickman cleaning station.
Yeah, I wanted to put that one in and just, I'm gonna keep it professional because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. There was a gentleman that presented at one of the meetings and basically saying, maybe you should turn that into a whole park because it's blocking my sunset. And I get it. We buy properties, we do investments for the view and everything. But afterwards, as I talk to people and because I use that place to fillet my fish when I catch some, I said, you know what? We need to protect that place. We need to do that. The water property is shrinking and it's being consumed as it should be. But I always want to leave a place for people to continue. My understanding is that place was donated by this gentleman, that they're the ones that he's the one that paid for building that, and that's why it was named. That's my understanding.
Honey Hickman was the harbor master.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
somebody donated to pay that
But yeah, in her honor.
in her honor. Yeah.
Frank,
exactly.
you know anything about that?
We moved that thing about 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times?
Navigations has always built that thing.
So it wasn't paid by somebody else?
No.
So we built it
We built.
and it was in honor for that. See, there's two different
It's moved
stories.
before, yeah.
Okay. How long has it been there, Frank? A while back.
12 years. It's been there a while.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Can it be moved again?
Yeah, we have some options.
Yeah, we got a couple options.
Okay. See, I didn't know that.
Your first option is there's already a fish cleaning spot on Redstone Pier at the county park north.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And it has a drive-through, so you can pull your boat behind you, what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of similar to this one.
Right. Option 2 is the first $500,000 lot that we sell.
Mm-hmm.
We take some of that money and we build a fish cleaning station. It would be right
Somewhere
east-
else.
No,
Somewhere else. Yeah.
right
Yeah.
east of the marina.
There's already.
There's already a
area there.
dock.
Be right there.
Close to the,
Yeah,
okay.
it's already
There's a
there.
wooden dock. You've seen it when you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You can build a nice clean it. That dock's probably 40 or 50 feet
Okay.
long.
All right. I get that.
And then you're out on the water off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem with the Hickman, I mean, fine, if
Well, I want to have a discussion.
Listen, think this through. People only go in there pulling a boat, right? So
Yep.
you're not talking about one lot where the pier is. You're having to have enough road circle
The turn.
for them to bring their boats and trucks and turn. So you're taking in probably at least 2 lots. That's $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million fish cleaning table right there.
Mhm. Yeah.
We can move it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Mhm.
think that's a good option.
And just for the
Well,
record,
and I understand where you're coming from.
anybody that fishes there is going to catch catfish.
Yeah.
All you want.
Well, actually,
No.
we went,
We can call it Alberto Trevino.
I've got cameras on my house and one of the cameras is pointed directly at Honey Hickman Pier. And we went back 60 days and there was probably, out of the 60 days, there was probably 10 people.
Handful of them.
I don't even know if they were fishing, but they were on the pier.
Well, so as long as we can move that cleaning station, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
We
All right.
can provide access.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's put that, make sure that
Yeah.
we have access.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have other properties we can put it in
Yeah.
there. Sounds good.
All right.
No action on that one.
Well, it's an action item, so
You don't want to just make a, you just that we move it. You don't want to say we move.
Well, if
Have it.
if so, we would move the Honey Hickman.
make a motion that we move it.
Yeah, I make that motion.
All right,
But
motion
if it
made
is
by
so-
Commissioner Trevino, seconded by Commissioner
Yeah.
Kendrick. All in favor?
Right.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Like to rename it Alberto.
No,
Just kidding. Because of the catfish.
see,
Commissioner Kendrick.
okay, Ken.
Okay, consideration of legal and policy matters pertaining to the authority role and participation of the PMPUD in the selection of a new port director.
I put that one in the agenda because I've been getting calls and people have been telling me, well, you know, the PUD is going to be in the selection process and they're going to get to choose who the next director is. And I just wanted to go on record that we need to have clear understanding of what their role is. I'm okay inviting them to sit through, but at the end of the day, the decision, as always has been, belongs to the elected officials of the commissioners. I just want to make that very clear.
I don't know how they've handled it in the past. I know it's been done two previous times. And I understand what your concerns are. So I guess maybe we need to get legal clarification from Allison or,
Mhm.
you know, they do pay part of the salary.
Yeah.
And the other side of that too is they can opt out.
I mean.
And
I
they-
think
and they
that's-
have that choice.
They have to
Yeah.
have, use our port
Yep.
director.
Mhm.
How much do they pay? What's the percentage? 25%?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then they can find a director for 25%. Yeah, you have that option.
So,
Wonder.
again, for clarity purposes, so that there's no confusion, I just want to make sure that, and if I have to make this a motion, that the selection of the port director is the responsibility of the port commissioners and not the PUD.
A second.
No such thing as a port commission,
Well, us,
navigation board.
navigation board.
And I agree with that because I'm appointed to the housing authority and we're an entity within an entity. I have no, or we don't have any say so on who the county commissioners appoint. So what is the difference? I mean, I'm all for them being here. Because it'll affect them.
Mhm.
But to me, I think the navigation board commissioners are the ones that should make that selection. And yes, they can come in and participate, but I believe that the elected officials and not the appointed officials selecting the new port director is going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my own opinion.
So again, just for clarification purposes, that I want to go on record as a motion that
Before you do that, let me read what Allison put in here. It's going to kind of clarify some things. The Port Mansfield PUD has the right under section 6915.054 of the Texas Special District Code to employ all necessary employees for the proper handling of operation of the district and may employ a general manager, attorney, bookkeeper, and engineers, assistants, and laborers as may be required. On the term and for the compensation set by the board. The port director of the WCND serves as an ex officio member of the PMPUD Board of Supervisors and does not have the right to vote. So the PMPUD has the right to select its own general manager. It does not have to be the WCND port director, although as far as I know, which is Allison speaking. Historically, the port director has also served as the PMPUD general manager, and she's unaware of any written policy or agreement like a interlocal government agreement adopted by both. As far as the policy on how P and PUD participates is up to the board, but the P and PUD cannot, by statute, veto the selection of the port director.
Okay.
And that's the official reading.
Which is was our understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can,
You make-
So in terms of that, again, just for clarification purposes, is that I guess the motion is that we adhere to what the policy and practice has been, that the selection of the port director is selected by the navigation district board, and that we welcome the PUD to be present at the interviewing process.
for comments. Okay. The motion made by Commissioner Trevino,
I can, oh,
second by Commissioner Reyes. All in favor?
Right.
All opposed? Motion carried. And that's, now we're getting down to the good stuff. Review and consideration of residential commercial transfer of leases, boat stall leases, transfer of collateral, and transfer of leases. And whoever's gonna sign these might want to get started pretty quick. Miss Secretary. I've already signed them because these are just renewals. They didn't have to be approved.
All of these have been vetted anyway, right?
Sir?
Yeah.
All of these have been vetted.
Oh, yes, yes, sir. It's basically a formality, but it's got to be done.
there's nothing with any special provisions or anything that we need to be aware of?
No, not that I know of. No,
Those are just renewals.
But even then, are they keeping to but there's nobody that has like a special provision that we're renewing over that we,
I review them. They're existing one right now before.
the interviews are on Wednesday.
but they're keeping up with whatever they.
That with the special meetings.
Yeah, it's just an interview candidate. It's going to be a closed meeting, so
Oh, okay. Thank you.
thank y'all.
So I move that we accept the residential, commercial transfers, lease, boat stall leases and so forth.
Motion made by Commissioner Trevino,
And
second by Commissioner Cavazos. All in favor?
Okay.
Opposed? Motion carried. Review and consideration of checks and vouchers. Any discussion or comments on monthly budget report? Hey, what, Virginia's been doing a really good job on this stuff.
Yeah.
That girl, well, both these ladies worked their tails off in the last month or so. Well, I think they probably do all the time, but seems like lately it's been more.
That is the meeting. Oh,
Okay, there's a bunch of them.
we verified each one of these, assignments. That there's no pending tax owed, no pending water.
No, we do verify that. That's what we request for a tax certificate showing a zero balance.
So they have to bring that.
Yes, sir, they do.
Okay.
I had to do that when we bought our property.
The only one that I do have there that I put it to the board, but I'm gonna hold it until they bring me a tax certificate showing that the taxes have been. It is civil Stevens to Harry Porter. And I won't release it until I get that tax certificate.
I just want to make sure we're doing that because that might be one way to alleviate some of this.
Exactly. Right
Title
now.
company always
I know if it's a cash transaction, we're the only
no, we should do that.
safeguard.
Should do.
Yeah, to make them do that.
Yes,
If they finance it, supposedly the title company.
yes, yes. After that, if they still.
we're still in the meeting, right?
So-
We're still.
Yeah, so Steve, let me ask you, on those tax delinquent things, those are delinquent, that mean they're also delinquent
For everybody.
for everybody else, right?
I'll guarantee you, I bet Willoughby County is $6 million in the hole. And they're just sitting there not doing a damn thing about it. I don't understand, beyond.
What item are we on? We're still in the meeting. room.
Yeah, no, so the next one is the vouchers. Any?
Oh, yeah, check.
Mary?
The only thing that was special is Regina listed it. There was Commissioner Kendrick had a question about the $8,700. That was to clean up the mess that the previous contractor left when they built the road. And AEP could not get in to service their lines, and it was quite an eyesore. So that's been removed.
I have a question. I don't know, Latif, you know, I know the city of Raymondville had asked for a sponsorship for the Chamber Gala. Do you know if it was, what we did? Okay.
So 80, so we paid 80,
We're not giving any kind of sponsorship,
What was it, a
anybody that we have not in the past.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nobody knew. We, like, they brought us one for the Little League.
we've been doing that for like the last 4 or 5 years, yeah.
Yeah, if we do any new ones, it needs to come to the board.
so 80, going back to the 8,700, we had to pay someone to clean up what a contractor left behind?
And we've called them, I don't know how many times, Frank.
It's not right.
No, it's not.
And who was the contractor?
Whoever built the road.
Oh, back over, yeah, well, it was that tech dot.
Oh, Tax Dot or the ones that did.
Yeah,
137 is what it was.
And we approved it, we already did that, yeah, we did, right?
but it was a mess.
I think it was RMB,
Yeah, something like that.
RMB construction.
I know Frank and them have been doing a lot of work around there, cleaning things up around
Yeah,
that.
but
They've
It's
got
their
to replace,
responsibility.
they got to replace the fence.
Yeah, I know. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
I move that we accept the checks and vouchers as presented.
Motion made by Commissioner Trevino,
Second.
second by Commissioner Kendrick. All in favor?
Yeah.
All opposed? I'm not going to adjourn yet in case y'all have any questions. Ready for the second stack? That's why I did those before the meeting.
Good. Journey?
Yeah, we can adjourn.
Already, I bet if you call over there, if you and ask her for a printout of just the PUD, not the navigation district, PUD delinquent, it's only like 20 pages. That would be the people we need to send. Well,
Okay. What makes sense?
yeah, because they actually have a leasehold out there. I mean, I can get it from Doug, bring it back up here, but she's just right across the street.
Steve, do you think when we get Linebarger here, they're gonna want us to pay them to go collect this thing?
No,
We shouldn't.
that's why we have to pay the county. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the,
Do they get the percentage of what they collect?
Yes, they do.
get a percentage. That's why they go after it.
That's how they make their living.
Yeah.
But if you get half of it,
better than nothing.
yeah.
Right now, that's all we got, nothing.
Several years, spider.
Yeah.
But with our leasing, we can't like,
No,
expedite it with with.
We don't have to use Lineberger. We can
No.
take the lease back. When they're leasing, and we can
That's what I'm
resell
saying,
it.
yeah.
We can process foreclosure quicker than they can on
You can do it within 90 days.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
We can use it, but that would be even better if we use Lineberger to say, hey, this is how far you've been for.
And they'll go after
Behind your
it because
lease.
it behooves them, that's their bread and butter.
But here's the thing,
It's actually gonna help them out.
Pay them 50% of something that we can get.
We can get them, that we don't
I
need
agree
them.
with navigation.
to
taxes,
collect,
agree.
I mean,
Bud
I think
taxes,
to-
no. We don't need line budget.
No, we don't.
Oh.
I agree.
We're still in open meeting, so y'all can discuss that though, stuff. You take us offline.
Just remember, anytime you wanna have
No, we're still
your
online.
bow and arrow thing, they got
I don't know
that
what-
house out there on south.
Still online.
Well, but that's not doable. because
Yeah, we're still online.
I need like the chamber open area.
We're adjourned.
I need
We're adjourned.
open area.